I now have the privilege of introducing community data platforms. Community data platforms is on a mission to help leaders in nonprofits, government, and small businesses build smarter and stronger communities by harnessing the power of data analytics. Their locally driven community data platforms aggregate the most reliable, hyperlocal, and national data. These platforms then drive community data platforms' proprietary methodologies and visualizations, which provide actionable insights so community leaders can make evidence-based decisions. Please welcome Alan Worden, the co-founder and CEO of Community Data Platforms.
Thanks so much. Every entrepreneur loves a huge problem because that creates huge opportunities. And for us, what we learned was communities really aren't understood. They're not understood by large enterprises, by government, or nonprofits. And we figured this out. I've been an advisor to Eric and Wendy Schmidt for a decade, and they had a nonprofit, and we realized that they couldn't serve a community they couldn't describe. We quickly looked to business to see, do they understand communities? We just as quickly realized they didn't. They understood consumers, but not communities. And we resolved to figure it out. The solution in the end has really two parts. One is multi-source data assets. The most reliable data, think of 50 or 100 data sets that describe a community. And we match that with advanced analytics. We've been executing for a couple of years. We've 10x'd revenue. And in the end, what we said is, look, this is all about revenue and scale. So the flywheel is pretty simple. Imagine we can build these community data assets at scale very efficiently and very reliably. We see significant opportunities to sell this data to enterprises. That obviously creates revenue. And then while GovTech is a big space, one of the big challenges is selling to government. So we said, look, let's forget that. Let's give the data to government and nonprofits. And what that gives us is scale. And so we sell to enterprises, we give to community organizations. As a part of that process, we aggregate even more data, and that leads to a strengthened community data asset. And around the flywheel goes. A great opportunity for us that we're in the market with now is something called community survey panels. And we have a relationship with a partnership with the National Association of Counties. They've introduced us to hundreds of counties across the country. Just in the last few months, we're up to about 15 communities where we're building data platforms. We're in conversation with the Conference of Mayors, AARP, the Urban League. And what they do is they give us panelists, the people that they're in touch with in their communities. We run surveys and give them free analytics. So there's the free opportunity. And then some of the panelists opt in to take commercial surveys, and we license those to survey companies and enterprises. So just like the flywheel, great opportunity of free data resources for community organizations, and we sell the data to communities. One of our investors, to enterprises, one of our investors had a great quote. He said, you've got really severe upside. We're working in financial services, healthcare, and housing on product development. And the team has 30 data scientists, 3 presidential advisors, dozens of exits, and hundreds of millions in revenue created. Our North Star is we'll be in 50 communities this year, we'll be in 100 next year, and at scale, we see the opportunity to sell community data to enterprises at $1 million per community. That's $100 million in revenue. It's a high margin business with strong multiples. So we're raising $5 million. We've raised $1.5 million from great high net worths. You might know Mark Walsh from the DC market, and Mark Tersick, who's one of our advisors, former Goldman partner. So about 2.5 remains. It's a convertible note. I can walk you through that. And in the end, I've known TN for a couple decades, and we always look back at this checklist. Do you have great people? Do you have a really big idea? Are you generating revenue, and can you execute? And I think on each of those areas, CDP is doing really well. Thanks so much for the opportunity. Hope you can join us in the breakout room. Be delighted to follow up.